And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Bravely Default. I'm your host, the RPG guy. Sorry about that. Brain fart. Let's get to it. So let's start with some party chat here. I wonder how long it will take until Norende is whole again. I'm really up to the task of building it all up again. Tis? Am I really up to the task? There's no use getting impatient. The first step is to decide upon your building priorities. Knowing what needs finishing first is key to budgeting your time wisely. That was surprisingly helpful, Rigabel. Of course, it's the same principle as dating multiple women at once. Ooh, I take it back. You're a pig, Ringabel. But what do I prioritize first? One can never be too prepared when it comes to healing items. Perhaps an item shop would be a prudent choice. Don't you mean armor? I feel like our defenses are a bit thin. What better defense is good offense? I vote weapons instead. They all sound tempting. Better keep thinking on what we need the most. And yeah, we're still working on the town. Don't worry, it's getting there. I'm focusing on locking all the shops with our current grouping of many citizens, but it is a process nonetheless. Oh boy, Norendi's population. The village is coming along well, but there still aren't enough people. I hear you. It'd be nice to up the pace a little. Can't you send out work to everyone you know and ask for their help? You three are everyone I know. Oh, right, sorry. I'm afraid the only people I know are those from the temple. No, that makes sense. Don't look at me. I'm not conscripting women into physical labor. Fine, I guess I'll have to ask my people then. Oh, right. I kind of went traitor, huh? Well, then we'll just have to go meet some new people to enlist. Yeah, but how are we going to... Details. We'll just head someplace with a lot of people and trust our luck. Okay, and that's all reference to Norende. And I can show you how it's coming along. We've got all 100 people working, 2 of them over here. Like I said, because of the nature of this way of doing the Let's Play, I have access to various other means. As you can clearly see. Let's take a look at our characters really quick. We've got characters working on Monk, Black, and White Mage. There's not really... At some point, we're going to have to change some of them back to Freelancer to unlock the next skill, but I'm not going to worry about that until he hits Monk level 4, and she's going to be on Monk for quite a while, until she reaches Monk level 4 as well, or level 3, and then we'll put her back on Freelancer. Because I do want... oops, that's Agnes, though. I guess I was on Medea. No, I was not. So yeah, we need to get her Monk level to at least 3, and then her Freelancer will go, we'll worry... I don't want freelancers, more than one freelancer out at a time. They're just not as effective damage-wise. They will get better later, but currently it's not a good idea. It's really the best way to describe it. I'm trying too hard. Gosh darn it.
That takes care of the hold gates. Now we've a clear path to the villa. Let me make this very clear, though. If you've any thoughts of storming the place head-on, be rid of them now. I'll say I've taken you prisoner. That will buy us entry. Once we're inside, the battle's all but won. I even know where the king is likely held. Complaints?
No. I thank you for your assistance. I have my doubts, but I see no alternative.
Ooze.
Once we find the king, we'll hop aboard their ship and escape by air. How very dramatic.
I guess that's one way to look at it, right? But you're a traitor. Adia, you said you get us VIP access, but are you really sure? Isn't there a chance they'll know you've defected? I don't think there's any worry of that yet. If word had reached them, the road to the villa would have been swarming with guards. That's how Heinkel operates, thorough and merciless. I see. So what of after we reach the villa, then any bright ideas? If the men running the place is as careful as she says, we can't expect to... I may not look it, but I'm actually a fairly respected figure. I can talk our way past a couple of rank-and-file sentries, no problem. Respected figure, huh? I smell a story here. Care to elaborate? Yes, well, you know, I just have a way about me, I suppose. In that case, you're a terror when you're mad, or that you rush in blind, or that you ignore authority. Excuse me, isn't that a little harsh, ring a bell? And all the above. Dot 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 dot. Okay. Guess we're back on the road again. Lontano Villa. You don't say.
Lady Adia, where have you been? We've lost contact with Master Crow. Wait, that woman! The Vestal of Wind!
Yes, and my prisoner besides. Now, if you'll open the gate, I'll bring her to the captain.
But what of Crow?
I'm afraid he fell before the wicked Vestal's cruel magic. But it was his sacrifice that allowed for her capture.
I see. Well, I am glad Milady is safe. I should expect no less from the Grand Marshal's daughter.
Wah, wah.
I'll have the gate open straight away. Just a moment.
Now, no need to glare.
You lied to the enemy. You monster. Absolute monster. A hard discovery. Agnes, look. I didn't... Agnes, I'm sorry. Try to understand, Agnes. Adia didn't mean anything by it. She had to say that. Right, exactly. It was just a ploy to get us inside, and it worked, didn't it? But still, I didn't have to be so... I'm sorry. No, it's not that. I am not upset with you, Adia. But the way they felt about the Vestal, about the Orthodoxy, it frightens me. You spoke in horrific terms, and they accepted it without question. Which means that was in line with their expectations of the vessel. Just what has happened in the duchy to cause this hatred. I was going to say douchey. Eternia was once the seat of the Crystalist Orthodoxy. Can people's hearts really change so dramatically? Still, I'm sorry. I didn't have to say as much as I did. You said enough, and I thank you for it. Do not feel bad, please. Alright, time we all focused on the task at hand. Right. Yeah, really. You fuckers. Just making sure. Yeah, really? No, I think we're good. We may even wait till after we deal with this dungeon before we switch anybody off for other classes.
We need to find the king.
Hey! It's the traitor! Grab her!
That didn't last long.
News travels fast.
And
So
with
brilliant
blades.
Plan. What do we do now?
We beat them down.
So up front. Alright, well, we're going to beat them up using... our usual means.
Whew. Seems we weathered the immediate storm. I'm afraid our little ruse is over, though.
Yes, well, at least we're inside, right?
middle of the enemy stronghold. We've nowhere to run.
You can't think this was my intention! I swear by my honor, this is no trap! That's the very sort of craven act I can't abide!
She says that now.
Let's go.
Right!
I actually want to double check something before we get too far here. I don't think there are any... Well, technically there are, clearly. Okay, but... Okay, black magic, white magic, okay. Everything is as good as it really needs to be right at this moment. Okay. Let's move. But again, most of these fights are just going to be us powering through them, really. And really what I might even want to do is take the simian staff off. So she did about 50 to 60 with the staff. We'll keep that in mind. Get us a delicious ether. We've got bad kitties. Delicious level. Bad kitty. We might start slowing these fights down just a little bit. It's one thing to go do those fights that quickly. It's another thing when you can't really tell what you're doing. Because you're just letting the fight just... There we go. So roughly the same. So we'll probably just keep her on fists for now because we want her fisticuff levels to go up. And ring a bell level. Does. Alright, let's move. Let's go with what we've been doing. Just put the speed up a little bit now that we kind of have it under control. We're getting roughly 3 SP or JP rather per fight. So we haven't really upgraded our ability to get more of that. What I will say is I do believe she leveled Black Mage. She did. That warrant anything? That just raises the amplitude for rods to S level. So if you really want to be good at rods, random, you know, for some character for some reason, which can be, those skills can be useful off and on depending. But outright, currently they're not that big of a deal. You know, at the moment. All right. Okay, one turn hero yet again. We need to heal. Probably should have gotten more antidotes or... Oh well. Alright, so let's head down here. We should be able to find some goods. There we go, free spear. And the battle is won. We're going to go ahead and get some money by coming up and around here. Nice. And then we'll head over this way. This way. Let's take a look at this accessory, because I don't believe we have a white cape yet. That nullifies silence. Well, clearly that's going on a healer. For obvious reasons. And they're down. Alright, and Adia gains a job level, which is always welcome. And she learned Invigorate. Wait. And we'll grab this. Yay! Yeah, her punching's getting a little better. And Adia gained a level. Yeah, okay, we can't deal with that right now. We'll be dealing with that eventually, though. Alright, before we get too far here, turn off auto. Make sure just do this out of habit. Alright. We're gonna save. Come along in here. Of course, get stuck in a fight. And there's a job level for a ring a bell. White magic level 2.
Tis? Come to save us the trouble of finding you, Vestal? How very courteous. And just what are you doing here, Adia?
I'll go along with the Sky Knight's methods no longer.
You've no say in the matter. Defying orders is treason, girl!
Enough! You have us! Let the king go!
First, the Vestal comes to me. Alone.
I don't think so.
Mustn't. I'll not keep my head at the cost of an innocent girl's.
You'll not keep your head at all if you keep running your mouth. Are you so eager to join the captain of your guard?
Heinkel, you were among the highest regarded warriors in the duchy. A paragon of chivalry. And the Sky Knights beneath you? I grew up on the tales of their brave and righteous deeds. But what I saw was a band of craven thugs. You defiled the title of knight.
Green fool. All hands! Seize these 4. Kill the men if you must.
Kill the men if you must. Great. So much. Oop. Much like the other battles here, we're just gonna do what we've been doing. Nice. Tis gains a level. We do have to deal with that poison, though.
Such valor. You're quite the little heroes. And here I so hope to resolve this peacefully and let the good king go.
But I'm all about the violence. I mean, you know, because why not? Really quick, let's cure that poison. Running low on that, aren't we? Dia's ire. Any guess where he's headed to Dia? The villa rooftop to the airship berth. Wasn't the villa a retreat for the Caldislan royal family? Why would he have a berth? I agree, it seems incongruous Yeah, I'm reading this too fast. I'm clicking through things too fast. That's my bad. I use berth loosely. They've driven an airship anchor into the building's roof. Not much for finesse, are they? We can discuss it later. Now hurry. He'll get away. Don't confuse haste for speed. We need to be smart. Right, I know. Right, I know, but I just can't forgive what Henkel's done. He's a knight who has ground chivalry into the dirt. As I recall, knights are called to serve as the sword and shield of the weak, not to threaten the public or burn down homes or abduct royalty. I am in agreement with you, Adia. This man is no knight. Perhaps our views are more similar than I had dared believe. For now, let us hurry. Agnes. To the roof, then. Now we want to approach this boss fight because you know what's coming, guys. I mean, come on. We want to approach this boss fight very carefully. We got an update here. A gift from the trader. Ooh. Not going to complain about that. Is that all there was? Yes, that's all there was.
Heinkel, this is your answer? And still you'd call yourself a knight? As daughter to a true knight, I know their pride is staked upon fair and honorable combat. Release your hostage! Then stand and face us! No more running, coward!
Ha! You invoke your father after betraying him?
He's headed for the airship.
That makes no sense. Why should he flee? His aim is the Vestal, not the king.
He's baiting us?
Still, we have to give chase. We'll lose him and the ship. Well, I'm game to brave a trap.
I'm following you.
Agnes, let's go!
Right.
Ah, good. You came. You're a bold lot, if not a smart one.
And we like kicking
This ship is a
ass and
prison
taking
you enter
names. It's just what we do.
Nowhere to run now. Safe down. Quickly. Really, I must thank you for taking the bait so eagerly. It's earned you a lavish cruise through the clouds, Vestal. And for your friends, a career as ballast.
You're a prisoner here, same as us. No more tricks, Heinkel!
A knight without chivalry is a common bully. I'll see you stripped of that title here and now.
You oughtn't test your elders, girl. I thought to bring you home in chains. But no. All but the Vestal will end here as dew upon my blade. You'll die with the rest, traitor.
Wah, 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 wah. It's killing time. Alright, so first things always first. We gotta take out the beef here. And we'll probably go pretty hard on that. Making sure we take out these sky archers right away. Without doing any specialty stuff. We don't want to attack too much. You notice I'm not gonna go crazy with our characters outright yet. This could still be bad. And you'll see why in a moment here. He's blocking the archers straight up. Making it near impossible for us to get through. We could do this. See if that helps. There we go. And now we shouldn't be dealing with any more nonsense with regards to poison. So let's actually remove poison now. Let's do, Let's just blast him. Making sure they're all thunder. And then again. Nice. Excellent. Let's do this. And he's down. On the ground. Like a bitch. Excellent. Anya's gained a level. Ring a bell gained a level. Nobody's gonna gain a job level, but we get the gauntlets as an item here. But there are some elements to this we'll talk about in due course, because we're gonna get a new asterisk, which is the knight asterisk, which is the knight job. Just call it job, come on. And I will say the knight armor kind of looks cool. So, a well-rounded warrior with excellent offensive defense, high physical defense, favors swords, shields, and armor. Especially protects ally chivalry. And that gives you some info there with swords and shields and all kinds of armor being their go-to specialty. Very good class. General class. So.
What's happening?
The airship! We're losing altitude! Idea, hurry! Take the wheel! Me? I can't drive this thing!
What? You're a Sky Knight, aren't you?
Only Heinkel and the other officers knew how to pilot the ship.
Idea, might I ask you something? What is the name of this vessel?
What? Who cares about that? And how are you so calm?
The Echelon, galleon-class airship. Am I correct?
Yes, but how? Is that in your book too?
Indeed it is. Let me have a go at steering.
But you have no memory. When would you have...
Ah, so this goes here. That gets turned like so. Then we just...
Wait, is he? We're steadying out.
Of course we are. I'm a crack pilot, apparently. Now find something.
That's
to hold on
convenient.
to.
Okay, so we kind of land where we land really quick. Let's take a look at a few things. before we do too much here. Job is still level 3 for Tiz. He's only 47 away. That doesn't require that much. How is Anya's here? She's quite a bit away. As is Ring a Bell. But they're both level 3 in their respected classes. One thing we might do is switch them up in a moment. I'm not decided on that yet. And Adia is still going to be working on that for quite a while, so she's good with that. Want to get Monk to level 4 before we start, setting up knights. Especially because there's no new armor yet that is of any significance, so just something to keep in mind. And how are we doing on... We'll deal with that in a minute. Let's check out magic. So we can pick up Poisana, which would be the last of the white magic spells that we need. Thus, the need for antidotes is not as necessary, though we still want some. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, what's the next step? Well, we definitely want to grind some... do a little bit of grinding. Because we're going to need money coming up. And as you can see, I'm trying to even out some of our recovery items as well. Alright. I think that's good. I'll double check the new accessory we got. So this is really just for a raise in physical defense, a significant one at that. I don't want him ever blinded. A ornate bronze bangle that... Okay, so it's better than the regular gauntlets. I see. Okay. White cape nullifies silence. Anything that helps them with defense is preferred. We don't really have much for new equipment, so available yet.
The kingdom of Kaldisla owes you all a vast debt. I thank you from my heart of hearts. You, more than anyone, 'tis. A nightmare was visited upon you and your home, and still you rose up to defend ours. I'm certain your feats have earned Owen a peaceful rest. If you are willing, I would gladly see you take up his sword. Will you continue to keep this land safe, son?
Sure. Why not?
You honor me, Your Highness, but I cannot accept. I promised on Yes that I'll join her.
Oh, fine.
Kaldisla shall be poorer for losing you. Know that you will ever have a home here. The Eternian airship is yours to use as you will. Take it with my blessing. There's not a man in the kingdom able to pilot it anyway. I leave the matter of that horrible chasm to you. I have faith you'll see it unmade. May the crystals keep you in your journey.
Oh boy. Alright. Let's head out. Now we do have some new quests available. Let's take a look. Weapons in both hands we've done, so we automatically finish that. Again, we can't really participate in some of this, but we will do what we can. Oh, we've cleared that. Okay, so page through Dee's journal. We'll do that in a moment. And they want us to find the thing on the section on daggers. Heal the undead and multi-target magic are all very simple. But like I said, there are going to be some of these that we cannot we just can't complete, like net friends invite. But we can do all of these pretty easily. Healing the undead is never an issue. Multi-target, you know, anything. I don't know if it'll accept it here, but oh, it looks like it did. Let's go through Dee's journal to let's see, enigmatic writing stuff. We don't need that. People, location, terms, items, weapons, daggers. Just go through all of that. And it's cool how they actually show a picture. So every weapon has a distinct picture of what it looks like. So if you're really that interested in seeing literally everything in this game, it's a nice detail that I would say you don't see a lot in games in general. Let's check out the update. Page 2D's journal complete and multi-target magic complete. Heal the undead is all that's left, and we get a teleport stone for that, so that's going to be really nice. So we will make sure that we eventually do that. I believe we're also, once we leave town, we're going to get a couple more here. Let's hit up the inn because, you know, why not? And if we're looking to complete our bestiary, we do want to kind of go back towards the villa and make sure we fight some of the enemies there, but I'm not going to 100% the encyclopedia and crap like that. It's, especially based on the version of the game, the way that we're playing this game is kind of pointless to do that. This is more for enjoying the story, and we're going to fight all the do a lot of the optional stuff that's out there in the game to do. And anything that we can knock out, we're going to knock out. Kind of a thing. Okay, we can't update Street Pass data. And set your encounter rate. So what we can do is we can go to, I think it's in tactics. Config. No. Gain XP. So we can increase our encounter rate. So, and again, in turn, we can make grinding a lot easier, right? Set your encounter rate. And then healing the undead is the next step. We're not going to do that outright yet. I just don't feel we need to do that. Like I said, so the game supports your ability to grind. It really does. There we go. We'll head down this way to the airship.
Seems I've found a reason to come along. Now, my ladies, all you need do is simply speak the word, and I shall whisk you off to the very end of existence.
And you're really sure that wasn't just a fluke before?
Rest assured, my dear, I never fail to properly escort a lady.
But he does fail at getting hit on by the ladies.
Agnes,
Or does he?
will you tell us why they were chasing you?
The Sky Knights are a branch of the Eternian forces. The Duchy of Eternia has put forth an agenda of anti-crystalism.
Oh god.
Anti-crystalism?
A new way of thinking, based upon the idea of a society no longer dependent upon the crystals. It brands the crystal orthodoxy as a heretic faith, and the Vestals its minions. It was the philosophy I was raised upon. When the chasm appeared, every one of the Eternian forces was given the order to capture the Vestals. They said the Vestals and the crystals they tend were the sinkhole's cause.
That's not possible! Agnes has been fighting this whole time to fix what happened to Narende.
I know. I'm sorry.
You've nothing to apologize for.
All of this paints the Duchy in a suspicious light, don't you think? Perhaps they know more of the chasm's true cause than they let on.
I cannot imagine we've seen the last of them. If any of you wish to go, do it now. I'll not blame you.
I'm staying with you. I
More.
just told the king as much.
I'm in as well. I need to see for myself whether my people are right or wrong.
And if they're wrong, I'll
And
beat them
playing
senseless.
escort is my job. I'll not cede it to anyone.
If none of you will listen to reason...
This is so exciting, Agnes. You're finally headed back to the Wind Crystal side.
Yes, to Anshine, the land of sand and time, and to the Temple of Wind.
Anshine, the land of sand and time? What's it like there?
Like an oasis in a vast desert beyond the sea. We make southeast of here.
Yeah. The echelon by sea or air. Press the A button to switch between sailing and flying. That said, you probably want to steer clear of the oceans in their rotted state. When sailing, a port or sandy shore is needed to dock. It's inconvenient, but that's life, I'm afraid. Alright. So there you go. So yeah, we're now free to move about the world. Kinda, sorta. As you can see, though, there's only variously small places that we can land. So right now, let's deal with some party chat. Because we got, I think, one or two of these we got to do. So Agnes, refresh my memory. Amnesia joke, by the way. Which way to Anshine? Oh, yes, it's southeast. You don't say. So, will this course serve, or southeast, please? My dear, I'm afraid I have no recollection to go by. I need reliable directions, or what should I do? The innkeep said southeast and nothing more. Haha, I think I see what happened. Ring a bell, she means it's southeast of Kaldisla, specifically. Aye aye. Oh, Agnes, just what sort of place is Anshine? It's covered in a vast desert and hot, as though it were always midsummer. Wow, that sounds like a complete opposite of where I was born. Huh, I guess there's all sorts of places out there. This your first time leaving Kaldisla, then, 'tis? It is. What about you, Adia? I was a former Sky Knight. I float all over the world. Where have you been seen? Oh, lots of places. Eternia, Kaldisla. Aw, you're barely any better than me. The world is vast, my friends. There are countries of perpetual summer, others of winter. Verdant lands, rich in water, entire kingdoms built on volcanoes, nations hidden in forests. It sounds amazing. Or so I'd imagine. I've had no memory. Remember? What? You're just guessing. The world is vast. Keep it that vague and you're sure to be right. What a jackass. Anshime's gourmand. Is anyone else hungry? Agnes, what sort of food is Anshime known for? Oh, I'm afraid I rarely left the temple. I couldn't say. And when I passed through on my way to Kaldisla, it was as a fugitive. Well, just tell us about it, what you've eaten then. I seem to recall a great deal of Anshime's cuisine being spicy. Why is it spicy? One bite, and I felt as though I were spewing flames. I broke into a full-body sweat. That sounds pretty intense. Leave it to the desert people to develop a taste for searing heat. I'm sure their women are no less fiery and... Oh, what about sweets? Any cakes or things? I'd nearly forgotten. I had the most curious delicacy in the port on the inner sea. Yes? It was ice cream. That's stretched. Huh? Stretchy ice cream? That sounds so weird. I can't wait. Get ready, weird stretchy ice cream ideas coming for you. Full speed ahead! Ha 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 ha. Temperament fiery in temperament. Okay, so we're in control. We can't land in ocean, so there's no point in us doing that. But what we do need to do is I think I screwed up a little bit and went a little far out of our way. I got excited. You know, because whoops. Okay. So if we kind of come back to... You'll see what I mean here, too. we kind of fly back to Kaldisla. Here's Kaldisla, right? And so what we really want to do is go this way. We're kind of looking for somewhere to land when it really comes down to it here. Which looks like about here. And thus we now enter chapter 1. Sit and stay are tricks for dogs.
We've arrived in Anshine.
Still no wind.
Are these desert places normally supposed to be windy?
When they're the site of the wind crystal they are, this stillness shouldn't be possible.
The wind carried all manner of blessings to this land in days past. It was the kingdom's lifeblood.
I see. All the more reason to hurry then. Which way to the temple?
From here, we need only head... we ought to make for... Which way is it?
Oh boy.
Ignore anything she says. Anya's Reese is getting lost to an art form.
I'm impressed you made it to Kaldisla.
Just a moment. My journal details much of Ansheim's topography. A clockwork metropolis, nestled in Harina's sandy bosom. Here, time, above all, is sacred. A massive timepiece crowns the kingdom, fueled as all of Ansheim by the ceaseless currents originating from the Temple of Wind to the south.
Quite thorough, isn't it? Sounds as if you've been here before. Perhaps that book of yours is a travel diary?
I do seem possessed of a certain wanderlust. The normal sort as well. Ooh, perhaps I'll find a train of ex-lovers here among the sands.
Oh dear God.
Let's be off. We make south.
All present, Lord Marshal. Save the usual two, at least.
No matter. Let's begin.
I trust word has reached you from Kaldisla. The Knights of the Eternian Sky have fallen to the Vestal.
I'd not thought the girl so bloodthirsty as all that.
It appears she surrounded herself with capable guards.
Yup.
What's more, it pains me to say it, but Idia's whereabouts have been lost amid the chaos.
That is no concern of yours. Do not confuse personal matters with your assigned task, Alternus.
My apologies, Lord Marshal.
Not only did the Sky Knights fail, they've given the Vestal wings. Why they didn't simply kill the child, I'll never know.
Keenly insightful as ever, Victoria. Yet I fear we've need of the Vestal alive.
Have we, Victor? Ah, no matter then. If she fled by air, it's a simple matter to track her. She makes for Anshine by necessity.
And to the Temple of Wind. Anshine does face upon the Florsheim Sea.
Of course. Most of the world's seas have gone putrid, but the inner sea remains navigable. That would offer the airship a berth. But what does she aim to do there? Why return to the crystal now? It smells of some sinister plot.
Anshine is the province of the Cammer and Profiteur merchantry. What say you, Lord Marshal?
We haven't the leisure of chasing the Vestal across the globe and back. We need her in custody now. Tell the merchantry to employ any means they must.
Mayday. Okay. Net friend invites. We can't do any of that either, so we're not going to worry about it. Let's get moving, as we now need to head south. And of course, they're not just going to let us in through that route. Now, let's take a look. So we have an undead. That's quite nice. Let's just do just some basic attacks here. That way we can use some white magic on this wraith. Now we can go ahead and go all out. You see, the enemies here are pretty tough. Probably should have waited until she was not blinded. As you can see, we're fine. 6 job points there. So there's good job points around here, which is, this is a really good place to do some mild leveling. And again, working on new jobs, gonna be a thing too.
Apprehensive Estel by any means necessary. Seems the Council of Six is growing desperate.
Those were their words. I've relayed them to you. My contract states I'm to receive payment for my troubles from you.
Then your contract is mistaken. I've heard nothing of the sort.
Oh god.
Bah, fine. You'll have your fee. But I am taking a small discount. Only fair as a regular customer, eh?
If you must.
Still, this Vestal is quite the little monster, no? To have this Sky Knight so undone. If the margin is high enough, I would tackle a behemoth bare-handed. But until I see a profit, I'll not move an inch. Business is business, yes?
Oh dear god, why? We do make it to Ansheim, land of sand. And, okay, really quick, let's do this party chat. I never expected to find such a clockwork wonder in the middle of a desert. Yeah, it's great, but this heat, I feel gross. The heat was always allayed by steady breeze, but now the wind is stopped, the air stagnant. What about the water? Is that contraption drawing up drinking water? I believe so. I recall hearing it was quite costly last I was here. Well, it is an impressive machine. Wait, you mean the water? Indeed. I was surprised to learn water came free in Kaldisla. I'd always known it as something to be bought, so you can imagine my delight. More importantly, Agnes, what of the women here? Are they beautiful, passionate, devoted? Where would you suggest for a date spot? I'll need a list of good restaurants, if you please. Unacceptable. You pig. So here's the inn. We're not going to stop there. I know this episode's running a little long. That's going to be the nature of some episodes, just because I want to show off what's in the towns and stuff. Again, high potions are now being introduced. We're not gonna buy anything. We're pretty good on equipment and potions for the moment. Gear is gonna be a big deal. We're gonna grab a pair of iron knuckles. We're gonna grab. I think we'll grab. I don't think this really matters as much. We'll definitely buy 2 of these. And there's some more here, but we can't afford much else, strangely enough. We're not going to buy the kukri. I guess we could buy this pole here. It actually lowers Ringabel's mind, being that he is a mage. It does raise his attack, but I don't know if we really care that much about that. So we can probably pass on these two guys. Definitely a longsword will be interesting once we start using our knight. So the goal here is ultimately we're going to need 2 of these silk robes. We can only afford 1, so we'll have to save up for that. Star pendant nullifying poison. We definitely want at least 2 of these, so some money to make 1 more of these for sure to prevent blind. And then any of these other things is subjectively debatable. The bronze breastplate will be good for monks, so we'll want 2 of these, and then we'll want 2 of these. So there's a lot of equipment we need, and we'll need 2 longswords. There's a lot of equipment we're gonna need, especially when we get into this gear here, like the tricorn hat. We'll need for sure 2 of these. We'll need 2 of these. Then we'll need 2 of these, and so on and so forth, because we need equipment before we can do literally much else of anything. So again, it's something to, in a sense, keep in mind as we progress through the game. We're going to just need lots and lots of new gear, and there's really not much of a way around it. All right, with that said, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Studios for more live gaming action. When we come back, I'm going to have a good chunk of equipment purchased, as well as we're going to work on getting Monk, Freelancer, and Knight to level 3. Monk and Freelancer we're probably going to try to take to level 4 during our grinding session. As well as with the 2 of them, we're still going to want to fiddle with Freelancer every once in a while. So just keep that in mind. We're going to try to get them both to level 4, because there's a magic shop here too, with lots of expensive magic, and we're going to want to try to buy as much of that as possible too. And then we'll see kind of where we stand on that. I'm going to keep working on the village. Narende. I think I said Narun earlier. Narende. We're going to keep working on Narende, unlocking the other areas, and then really kind of do a bigger focus on gear. Equipment specifically. That way we can make sure that we are constantly moving forward. So anyway, friend bot. Because you may not have any friends. Anyway, I will thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next time.